Hi guys, I'm Janelle. I'm the creator behind Birkin Co. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We are doing easy makeup tutorial. It's kind of my go-to everyday look. It's an easy transition from summer to fall and fall to summer without buying a bunch of stuff. Throughout it, we will talk about drugstore items that are budget friendly, as well as other splurges that you could swap in and swap out depending on if your budget allows for it. I will have an entire blog post that will have all of the links and any other recommendations that I have that I maybe didn't talk about in this video, and I will have that all linked below for you to check it out and to buy from. There will be affiliate links in there, so that just means that if you do buy any of the items, I just get a little bit of a kickback from it, so no pressure if you buy from there or you don't. Definitely check out your local stores as well. I am Canadian, so all of the links will be at Canadian retailers like Shoppers, Superstore, or even Sephora. And I think it is really important to mention that I do have combination to oily skin. So this routine works really well for me because I like to have more of a matte finish, because throughout the day my skin does get a little bit dewier and it really just works well for my skin. So if your skin is a little bit drier, it might not work quite as well, but you can definitely pick and choose a few of these items that will still work for you, like the bronzer or the blush or even the mascara and things like that. But the foundation and my skincare routine might not work the best and you might not get the same results as I do. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. So with that, let's get started. Good morning. Here is my daily makeup routine. I've gotten a lot of feedback on it on a lot of my Instagram posts and stories, so I thought I would finally share what I do. I don't think it's anything special, but I've definitely critiqued it over the last year and have found things that have worked really well for me and don't work really well for me. A lot of my items are budget friendly, and I will also share some of the more expensive products that I like to use as well. So this makeup routine should work for any budget. So you wouldn't have a good makeup routine if you don't have a good skincare routine, and I have recently switched mine up a little bit, so I thought I would start off with sharing that first. So recently I have switched over to using Cerave. It is a foaming cleanser and it's just really sensitive to your skin. It doesn't have any scent or anything, and you can get it at drugstores and it's really cheap and it does the job really well. Then I have been going in with The Ordinary's niacinamide. It helps with oil production. I've noticed that it has really made a difference, and these are really affordable and they're just pure ingredients. One of my splurges lately has been the Tatcha water cream. One thing I don't mind spending a little bit more money on is the moisturizer, because it stays on your skin and your skin absorbs it. So I tried a little sample just to see if I liked it, and so far I have. I'm not entirely sure if I'll repurchase or try to find a different moisturizer. Another important thing not to forget about when doing your skincare is your lips. So I have been using the Laneige sleeping mask and I really like it, so I would totally recommend. So once you've washed your face, you put your serums on and your moisturizer. I always make sure to go in with primer. I've been trying the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I've been really liking it, but I've also been using the e.l.f. Matte Putty. So this would be the cheaper and this would be the splurge. So for today I am just going to use the Tatcha one. So with a primer I always press it in to some of my more textured areas. My nose, the cheeks, in the middle of my forehead and the bottom of my chin. Primer just helps to create a smooth canvas for your foundation to stick to, and I just really like the way that the foundation sits on my skin when I use a primer. It's not completely necessary. You'll see some people like it and some people don't, so it's totally up to you. Next, I go in with my foundation, and my foundation that I've used for quite some time. I've tried even like switching it out for something different, more expensive, cheaper, but this is just the one that I keep going back to because I really like how it sits on my skin. Covergirl Outlast All Day, and I kind of fluctuate between 5 different colors throughout the year, just with being like in the midwinter when I have no color, into the summer when I am a little bit darker. But I really like the way that it stays on my skin. I don't feel like it separates, becomes cakey. It has full coverage, which is something that I like, but it does have that ability to be more of a sheer coverage or build it up to be a little bit thicker. Usually I use a brush. This one is from Q Beauty from Shoppers. This is what I have used for many years, but recently I've actually switched over to a beauty blender, and the key to a beauty blender is making sure that you get it really wet so that it doubles in size, and then squeeze out all the water. I've been really liking the smooth finish that it's been putting onto my skin, and it just looks really flawless and smooth, and I just really like that. So I'm gonna just keep going on with a beauty blender for now, and maybe in the winter I might need the brush because I might need fuller coverage, but I really recommend this. This is also from Q Beauty from Shoppers. Right now I am kind of in between shades, as well as I need to buy more foundation, so I'm using 2 different colors. I have 942, which is a medium beige, and then Classic Ivory, which is 910, and I have just been mixing the 2 of them because I am a little bit darker, so I don't want to buy a darker foundation right now because I know I'll be lightening up going into the fall. So for right now, we are just scraping the bottom of these and applying them to our skin. I really like this sponge because it has the fine tip, so it really makes it easy to get into smaller areas, and then I really like to blot out with the flat sides. So I will look over my skin and see if there is any more areas that need just a little bit more coverage, and I'll just add a little bit more into those spots. Okay, so my foundation is on, and it is looking a little bit light, but that's okay because I love bronzer, so it's easy enough to bring back the color a little bit. This would be another splurge item. It's the Becca Under Eye Brightening Concealer. It's totally not necessary, but I really like the way that it adds a little bit of color correction to my eyes, because I do get quite a bit of dark circles. Then I go in with concealer, and this is my favorite. It is the Maybelline Eye Eraser, or Age Rewind Eraser. So I just make triangles. I add it to different areas that I feel need a little bit more coverage or brightening up, and usually I would use my finger, but lately like I said, I've been a huge fan of the beauty blender, so I have been blending it out with this. Once you've got the coverage that you want on your concealer, that is all for that. I do like to set my foundation and concealer with a powder, and I really like the Covergirl Clean Matte. I've used this one for years and it just works for me. So I always make sure to set my eyes, nose, and basically everything else. This brush again is from Shoppers. It is Q Beauty. Moving on to the fun part. So I really like bronzer, especially during the summer. I go a little bit overboard, but all year round it is something that I maintain. So I really like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. In the winter I'm a little bit more strategic where I put it, but in the summer I just basically load it on. This brush had a casualty. I think I got it at Winners, so it just works for my bronzer. Then I go in with my contour, which I've been using the Fenty Beauty Island Ting. This is also a splurge as well. I kind of pick and choose items where I'll keep it more affordable and then splurge on a few other like quote-unquote luxury type items. I just really haven't found like a matte contour that I really like from the drugstore, and this one I just picked up at the beginning of the year, and I've really liked how it's been working with my skin and the color of it. So I don't really have any other recommendations. I do really like Benefit's Hoola contour bronzer as well, but I've been really liking this one, so I would recommend it. Next, my favorite blush is the Milani Luminoso blush. It is just this perfect corally peach color and I absolutely love it for summertime. My other splurge is I picked up Fenty Beauty highlighter, the Kilowatt in the Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. It has two highlighters on it. One is more of like a smaller pigment and one has more glitter in it, and I don't really like the glitter, so it's kind of unfortunate because I don't really use that one all that much. But I have been getting a lot of compliments on my glowy skin, and I don't know if it's because of my skincare, I don't know if it's because of all the bronzer or the blush or this or something. There's just a lot of shimmer going on and it just really gives you that like brightened, well-rested, like summery glow. So that's everything for base. And now I do my eyebrows. So I have been using Maybelline's Brow Ultra Slim in black brown. I really like this one, it's really good. But my other favorite brow line is Benefit. So that would be a splurge, and I really like all of their eyebrow pencils, but this one does the trick and it is affordable. You'll have to excuse my eyebrows. I have not waxed them in a long time, but I first go in and brush them all up, make the shape that I kind of want, and I start at the bottom and I make a straight line and then fill in the back. I like to follow the ways that the hair is going so that it looks natural. And then at the top, I make sure not to do a solid straight line and that I try and just mimic the hair strokes. And then make sure to brush it out. So then we'll go over to the other side. Okay, so your eyebrows should be done. You can go through there with an eyebrow gel to make them look a little bit more fuller or to keep them in place. I do that sometimes and sometimes I don't. Next, I will do my eyes, and one of my favorite, easiest ways to make your eyes look a little bit more brighter and look like you have some eyeshadow on them is just to use your blush or even your bronzer. So just take a fluffy brush and just go in your crease. So most of the time during the summer, I generally always use this blush for my crease. Like 99% of the time, if it looks like I have eyeshadow on, it's because I have this blush in there. An easy way to transition into more of a fall look is to actually use either your contour or your bronzer in your crease, and then it kind of just gives you that warmer kind of fall look. And then again, I actually just go in with my highlighter. I just use my finger and I always put it in the center of my eyelid, my corner here, and then just a little bit under my eyebrow. Okay, and so then next, that's it really for the eyes. I go into my favorite mascara. This one is awesome. It's like $4.99, so you literally cannot go wrong with it. I really also like the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. It's literally almost the same. If you ever want to try out like expensive, more of a splurge type mascara, look for their little samples. It's an easy way to try it out without paying like the full like $35 or $40 for a mascara. You can see here that the brushes are very similar. This one is more of a bristle and the Benefit one is more of a plastic. The Benefit one, the formula does go on a little bit smoother, I find anyways. You know what, for $4.99 and you get amazing results with it, like why not? Today I'm gonna do it without using an eyelash curler, but I've done it before with, and it does definitely give you a little bit more of a lift, but I really like the results without an eyelash curler. So in my first layer, when I go in, I really try to make sure that I spread all of the hairs out and get it to as fanned out as possible, because as soon as you stop working with that wet formula on your first layer, it starts to set. So when you go in for another coat, the lashes aren't necessarily going to separate quite as easily. I have to say the one thing I don't like about this brush is that I do find that I get a lot of transfer on the back of my or on my eyelid. Okay, so you can already see the difference there between the eyelash that has about 2 to 3 coats and this one that has nothing. Okay, so eyes are basically done, and then next we go into our lips. I'm currently missing the lipstick that I use most often. It's the Beauty Counter Red, and it's the one that you would normally see sometimes with a more of like a reddish orange in any of my photos. There is one that I wear often and get a ton of compliments on, and it's more of like a corally kind of orangey pinky tone, but it's so unfortunate because it's actually a discontinued color, and I've tried matching it and I can't find anything that's comparable. It's either not like pink enough, or it's too orange, or different things like that. So today I'm just going to show you one of my favorite kind of like nudes that I have. It is the NYX matte lipstick. You'll see I use it quite a bit. The color that looks the best on me is called Whipped Caviar, and I just really like this color because it is just a perfect like skin tone. It just kind of amplifies my natural lip color without making it look too pasty or too pink. And that's all. That is my makeup routine. That is what you generally see on my face, on my skin, in a lot of my photos. I do have a lot of like eyeshadow palettes that sometimes I play with, but honestly this is just so easy, and being a mom I just need something that I can kind of quickly throw on that doesn't take a lot of guessing work, as well as it's easy to pack up and to travel with or take with you to work, because you are utilizing your blush and your highlighter or your bronzer, so it's not like you're packing extra pieces. Those are pieces that would already be there. So I think it is an easy makeup look for you. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Are there any products that you already use? And is there any products that you really like that you would recommend? Also, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe so that you see all of my upcoming videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!